Good morning. Thank you for coming today. My name is Margaret Vaughn, and I am the Government Affairs Director for both the Illinois Fire Safety Alliance as well as the Illinois Firefighters Association. In conjunction with Fire Prevention Month, we're here today to educate the public on the state's new 10-year smoke detector law, which goes into effect in January. Sadly, in 2021, there were 96 residential fire deaths in Illinois. And sadly, 70% of those deaths occurred in homes without working smoke detectors. To have the technology readily available to save lives and prevent injuries and not use it was something that we thought needed to be changed. So several years back in the General Assembly, the Fire Safety Alliance took it as their initiative to change the law so that these type of smoke detectors with the removable battery would eventually be phased out and replaced with this type of smoke detector that is a 10-year sealed battery that could not be removed. And even if you could remove it, it's not good for anything but this smoke detector, so there's be no incentive. The problem with these are being taken out, they're being used for video games, other devices, or the batteries just don't work and people forget to replace it, or it gets annoying and it beeps, they just take it out and it's not working, which defeats the purpose. Smoke detector laws in Illinois are not anything new. Since 1988, the Illinois Smoke Detector Act has existed on the books in Illinois. Basically what that act says is anything built after 1988 had to have smoke detectors that were hardwired in. Any homes that existed prior to 1988, so any homes built prior to 1988, did not have to retrofit their homes with smoke detectors that were hardwired in. However, they did have to have smoke detectors, and at the time this was the technology, the removable batteries. Technology has changed since the mid-'80s, and now this new model is on the market with the 10-year sealed battery. And again, it's vital that people get this in their home. It does go into effect January 1st. So everyone needs to go out and make sure they're compliant with state law. If you still have a smoke detector like this with the removable batteries, you need to swap it out for one of these. You can buy them online, you can buy them at any big box store, and they pretty much dominate the market now. I'd like to bring up next Phil Zaleski. He's the executive director of the Illinois Fire Safety Alliance, and he studied this issue at the national level and brought the issue to be our initiative to get it passed through the General Assembly in Illinois.
Thank you, Margaret. I'd like to talk about the cost effectiveness as well as the functionality of the new 10-year sealed battery smoke alarms. As far as the cost effectiveness goes, with your replaceable battery smoke alarms, those devices only cost about $5 a piece, but where the additional costs come in is by following the fire department's lead and changing those batteries out every 6 months, twice a year, and those costs add up over the 10-year lifespan of those alarms. With the new 10-year sealed battery smoke alarms, the devices cost anywhere from $15 to $20 a piece. However, you don't have to replace the battery. And so over the 10-year lifespan of those devices, you're able to save between $40 and $60 per device over that lifespan. So if you have 4 or 5 smoke alarms in your house, that could be a savings of $200 to $250 over the lifespan of the new 10-year sealed battery smoke alarms. As far as the functionality goes, one of the places we see smoke alarms being either deactivated or having the batteries removed are near the kitchen area. With these new devices, they have a hush button feature added to them where if the alarm goes off as a nuisance because of cooking, you simply push the button, the device will deactivate for 15 minutes, and after that 15 minutes is up, the device will reactivate on its own. This eliminates the need for having to take down the device off the wall, or in the case of the removable batteries, take the battery out. And hopefully with that device, with that function in place, we'll see a reduction in residential injuries or deaths with fires because those smoke alarms won't be being removed. On a separate note, we are also here today because between the State Fire Marshal's Office and the Illinois Fire Safety Alliance, since 2018, we've been conducting the Be Alarmed Smoke Alarm Installation Program. This is a public education program as well as a smoke alarm installation program for fire departments, in which our two agencies provide the information, provide the smoke alarms to the departments, and then those departments go into their communities and install the smoke alarms to residents that are in need. The program that began in 2018 has over 200 departments across the state that are currently involved with it. But today I'm pleased to announce that the Village of Niles is the first department of those that are participating to have 1,000 installations within the community. And so with that, I would like to acknowledge both the fire chief and the mayor for their tremendous efforts over the last 3 years and recognize them for their 1,000 installed smoke alarms. Get some more pictures afterwards. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the 1,000 smoke alarms installed.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you. Chief? I would like to accept this on the behalf of the men and women of the Niles Fire Department, because those are the individuals that are actually going into our residential homes and installing these detectors. So thank you on their behalf. I also like to mention that there is nothing more heartbreaking to respond to a fatal fire and find non-working smoke detectors in a home. While the number of deaths may have been decreasing these past few decades, you're more likely to die in a residential fire than you were years ago. This is because a major cause of these deaths is smoke inhalation and not burns, which is why escape time is critical. The toxic gases that are emitted from these synthetic materials in modern homes, as opposed to the more natural woods and fibers that were used in the past, contribute to this problem and flash over in as little as 3 minutes as opposed to 30 minutes a generation ago. Again, I really appreciate this program from the state and with the Fire Safety Alliance. The fact that we've installed 1,000 detectors in homes is a great accomplishment. I feel that 2,000 is just around the corner. Thank you again. Would you like to say words? Few words, Mr. Mayor? Mayor George Applejohns, everyone.
Hi, good morning, everybody. And I stand in front of you very humbled right now just to say thank you to all the guys and gals, or men and women, I guess is a little more politically correct nowadays, but everybody here in the fire department. They're a very intricate part of keeping our village safe. And you talk about monumental, the first town, city, village, municipality in the state of Illinois that hit 1,000 smoke detectors. It's great. The fire department's been in my house a couple of times, and firsthand I know how important they are to the community. Not only are they there to help and save lives, but they have a nurturing component to them as well, a very caring component to their jobs. And for that, we're very thankful. Not only myself, but the entire village has always stood behind all of its first responders here. And without our fire department, we'd be at a loss, a big loss too. And very fortunate to have all of them under the direction of our chief, Marty Feld. He's a homegrown boy here too, so that makes it that much better as well. Marty lives, eats, and breathes the village of Niles, and he's instilled that throughout the entire department. And we're very proud to say that. And a special thank you as well to the state for all their help and their efforts in getting this over to us. And Marty, 2,000 is around the corner, so we'll approve that OT for you too if you need it. So, did I say that on camera? Anyways, but yeah, very fortunate. So thank you very much for all your time.
And finally, we have our state fire marshal with us today, who's a huge proponent of these life-saving devices, Dale Simpson.
I'll try this. Hey, there we go. All right, I'm Dale Simpson, acting Illinois State Fire Marshal, and I'm very honored to be here today to share this milestone with you. Fire doesn't discriminate, and it can happen at any time, anywhere and to anyone. It can happen to you, your neighbors, your friends, or your family members. The Office of the Illinois State Fire Marshal is proud to support the Be Alarmed program, which continues to provide life safety education and smoke alarms to residents in Illinois. It's simple. Working smoke detectors, smoke alarms save lives. With each smoke alarm installed, this reduces the risk for tragedy in our communities. We encourage everyone to check and test your smoke alarms monthly in your homes to ensure that they are working. Replace the batteries every 6 months in the older models. Typically, when you change the clocks in your homes, this serves as a great built-in reminder. Replace expired or broken alarms with the new 10-year sealed battery alarms, as we've got over here. We encourage everyone to hold a family meeting, develop a fire escape plan, and designate a meeting place outside. These simple steps can help reduce the risk of a tragedy from occurring in your community. Thank you, and please be safe.
Thank you. So in conclusion, we'd just like to remind everyone that this law is going into effect January 1st. Do it not only to comply with the law, but for your family. And for the 96 individuals who went to bed over the past 12 months and didn't wake up. That smoked in the contents of the modern homes, everything being synthetic, it's like petroleum burning, and all it takes is a couple deep breaths in your sleep, and that's what's causing these fatalities, which can be prevented. So thanks to you, everyone, for coming out this morning, and have a great day.